I want to see how effective it is, because what have we got down here?
We've got lino, timber and tile. Basically any hard, smooth floor in your home, from tile, timber, stone, anything you can imagine, everything basically except for carpet. Non-slip patterns, just throw on the micro finger head for your non-slip, but any hard, smooth floor. So here we have some milk, a nice, gunky, milky mess, and you can see how the fibres basically can suck up that mess and no problems at all.
Oh, so that's literally, that was about 2 cups of milk.
Absolutely,
right,
absolutely. Very, very absorbent. But the kicker is you don't have to go back and wring that out. You can keep going, because these mop will keep absorbing until all the fibres are exhausted. Timber's a real bugbear, because you have to be careful with excess water. It can get in the expansion joints, and it can then start to wreck the timber or timber laminate. So you can see how the microfiber starts to chisel off the whipped cream here and picks it up. No streaks.
No streaking.
And
it's just sucking it up.
Absolutely.
That is amazing. Okay, so we still haven't rinsed out our mop. Are we going to keep going?
We can keep going, absolutely. We've got some mustard down here, so a barbecue's gone a bit astray, and we've got a tiled floor, which is probably the most common floor in a kitchen-type environment. So you can see here how the microfibres chisel off that mustard, and you've got now a clean section, and you've got the dirty section there. So no streaks. The microfibres, as I said, are shaped in little star shapes, and that enables them to grip. And with that little bit of water in the mop, that creates a capillary action, the same way a plant sucks water from its roots to its leaf. It converts the mustard into a liquid, sucks it up into the fibres, and you can see here we've got now a nice little mixture of mustard, whipped cream and milk.
Oh, lovely.
Ready for the bucket.
Now, I've also noticed that on the tiles, we've also got the gunk out of the grout, because most mops will just skim over the grout and just almost literally push it back in. But when we look at a microfiber, it's hundreds of times finer than a human hair, I believe.
That's right, 100 times finer. But what's great about this, it's microfiber in a string mop. So a string mop works two-dimensionally. String mops have always been the best way to mop. If you look at any commercial cleaners, they all use string mops.
Yes, they do.
But they have always been the issue is how do you get the string mop wet, get the water out. Previously, you'd have to pull it between your legs and use your hands. But the string mop has now been able to come into the 20th century, get the water out, utilise the two-dimensional benefits. And this little demo here shows you the two-dimensional, because here we have a representation of grout lines. We've got about a 1 to 1.5 centimetre discrepancy between the top and the bottom, and that indicates grout. Now, with your flat microfiber mops, they're great, but what happens is they skim over the top and push a lot of the dirt into the grout lines. The grout lines eventually get so dirty, you'll have to hit them with a toothbrush on your hands and knees to get them clean, because you can imagine a flat mop just doesn't have that two-dimensional characteristic to get down into the grout lines.
No, so all of the microfiber pieces are different lengths, I noticed, as well. Is that for that reason?
That's for the spinning mechanism, basically. So it spins out, but it does have that benefit of having a nice round circumference. You get about a 20-25 centimetre circumference, and you clean all through that circumference.
Area.
That's right.
Clean a bigger area, clean it more effectively, getting into those grout lines as well, all with the one mop. And I agree with you. I've always kind of tended to go, I've tried the other squeegee ones, but I always go back to a rope. Because it does clean better, but yes, it leaves the floor so wet.
Exactly.
And I have to get down and squeege it out, which, you know, really is not fun.
Run over with your feet with some towels and whatnot.
Exactly.
Now, the other bugbear with mopping is getting up to your skirting boards, because previously, mopping, you'd hit the skirting board and therefore it would leave a black mark. But because we've got a round head here that spins, there's zero chance of it coming in contact, the round plastic head coming in contact with the skirting board. So you get that nice, soft, plush microfiber that comes in contact, gets all the dirt all the way up to the edge of the skirting board. But a really cool thing my grandmother and my mother taught me is that, you know, that the lip of a skirting board, the dust settles on the lip, you can actually flip it up and use it like so to get your dust off as well.
Yes.
So you can do the floor and your skirting boards at the same time.
You could
and the whole thing's
never
done.
do that with a square sponge.
No.
You can do any of that with a square sponge.
Because you haven't got this 180 degree or the 360 pivot.
Yeah, and you haven't got those wonderful microfiber ropes as well.
That's right.
Now, we've done pretty much every hard floor that we could possibly think of. What have you got behind us now?
We've got stairs.
Okay.
So you can imagine when you spill a cola or you spill a drink, it cascades down the stairs. It doesn't just leap from tread to tread to tread. It actually goes down the back, then goes along the flat and then down the back. So this mop's really good because you can obviously do the flat because you've got that nice pivot, but then you can also do the back. And then you can do the tread again.
And meanwhile, you still haven't rinsed it out
No.
from the grout demonstration.
And you're getting right into the corner here because you can imagine the cola goes down here, then runs here. So it's very important to get into that corner. So again, we'll do the tread here.
Oh, you know, I'm thinking of all the people who have boats and stuff like that who want to get onto the outside of their boats and all their... how long is that wand again?
1.5 metres, 1.5 metres, and it's really good because when it's at the 45-degree angle, it stays at that 1.5 metre length. It only compresses upon itself when it hits the vertical position, and then it goes back to 1.2. Because it has to compress because that's the spinning motion. But at 45 degrees, those very smart people in Taiwan figured out how to lock it so you don't lose that extra length while you're mopping.
OK, so we get the bucket. This is going crazy, you guys. Let me give you the details. They're on your screen right now. It's the White Magic Ultra Spin Mop, and yes, it's back in stock finally. 2 months. Cleaning the mop head is a breeze, just into the washing machine and all my other cleaning, and back onto the mop, ready to use next time. Highly recommend this product, especially if you have a large area to mop, and that's from Julie. I can't tell you how many times I scream at my children, don't run through the house, the floor is wet.
That's right,
and,
very dangerous.
Oh, it's so dangerous. It scares me. You know, I want to lock the doors so that they don't.
And you know what's
run
really cool? Kids actually like using this.
Yeah.
The spinning mechanism is so fun and totally safe that my 5-year-old can now spin a mop out and enjoys mopping.
Wow.
So that makes it even better.
I love mopping.
That's
I
right.
keep saying to my son, you're going to hate this one day.
Yeah,
and, you know, and my daughter wants to vacuum. I want to vacuum. Oh, my gosh. OK, now, this is raspberry jam that you are cleaning off glass.
Yes, so this is a representation of dirty glass. So it could be salt, it could be finger marks, it could be raspberry jam. But basically this shows you the power of the micro fingers to remove stubborn marks from smooth, shiny surfaces. So this could also be a car. This could be a caravan. This could be a boat.
Yes.
Because micro fingers are small, stubby little microfibers, but they're quite aggressive. So they're able to get in and get off the thing off the surface. Your plastic head is totally protected, so there's no chance of that coming in contact anything delicate. But the really cool thing is it's on a 1.5 metre handle.
Show me.
This can go down to a 6 centimetre clearance.
Wow.
So just imagine a coffee table, just imagine a bed. You can get down, because the handle pivots through the 180, you can now get under things. So you can get under, you can get around. This basically transforms it. You can get pretty much anywhere, and you can also... You saw how we got on that skirting board. You can get around chair legs, you can get around table legs, right up to them, and you don't have to move them, and yeah, it makes mopping a breeze. We've got about 350 mils of cola in each of these pie trays, and you know, you were talking about the absorption of this product, so I just wanted to put it to the test versus a normal cotton mop.
Okay.
So if you could possibly take this mop and place it into the pie tray and just press down, and I will take this old raggedy cotton mop that you've probably got sitting out the back or in your cupboard.
Everybody's got one of those.
And give it a good press down and just check some absorption capabilities on this.
I think I've already absorbed all mine. Oh, my Lord. Look at that, guys. I mean, all I'm doing is holding this pole here. I'm holding the pole. And now, it's going to come down to that. That's the standard size, right? How do I lock that in now if I wanted to have that length on the pole?
If you wanted to lock that in, basically all we do is take out this extension piece. But what's really cool, see if we click it back to there, it's locked in automatically.
See.
So it only compresses upon itself when it's in the vertical position.
See.
And the best way to use it is an extension of your arm, a bit like a vacuum cleaner.
Right.
And that's the best way to use it. But we can absorb the excess spill here as well.
Wow. So how many mils would that be altogether?
That'd be nearly 600 by now.
Oh, my gosh.
We have done shows, we've done 800.
You could
so
do
yeah,
heaps more. I mean,
basically, you can see it's very simple. It keeps absorbing until all the fibres are exhausted.
And look at
we're only maybe, 2/3 of the way there.
Wow.
So, yeah, that shows the absorption of microfiber over cotton. It's very, very small fibres. The way you do understand it is this is made from 8,000 strands of microfiber. This is just made from big, fat cotton fibres.
Yes.
So the smaller the fibres, the more fibres. That means they can absorb a lot more liquid, do the job faster, don't have to wring out as much.
Have a look at some vision now, Craig.
Yes.
Tell me what's happening.
Okay, so this is the red version, exactly the same product, just in red. So I'm spitting it out here, and you can see about 6 presses, gets it nice and dry. That's me with the skirting boards, doing the top and the bottom. We can go under and around. That's a hat stand. You can see how you can get under and around. Again, you can get right up into the edges. Under the chair legs, as I was saying, you don't have to move it. You can get right up to the edge, and there you go around that table leg.
It almost looks like it's mechanical. It almost looks like it's battery, you know, it's working with a battery.
Well, that's right, but it's that easy.
So effective.
And it's recommended by disability support people all around Australia. Right. Great for people with issues with backs and arms.
Of course. Oh, air conditioners.
Yes, those little stubby micro fingers can get in there for dusting purposes.
What about fans?
Fans, very good for fans, absolutely. Get on the tops of those fans.
Oh, my gosh.
Cars, here we go, washing the car. Remember, it's on a 1.5 metre handle, so you can get over rooftops. You can put leverage on it to get the lights and the back windows.
Look at that.
So it makes washing the car a breeze.
And we don't have to go over it again, do we?
Nope, it picks it all up.
OK. That is your mop, everybody. You're going to need to get on the phones real quick to be able to secure yours, otherwise you will...